Welcome to the SCP Foundation Classified Briefing. Today's subject, SCP-3001, Red Reality. Those new to these critical briefings, please like and subscribe to ensure you receive all future updates. SCP-3001 was initially designated following a significant localized dimensional breach event in rural Redacted. In Date Redacted, the anomaly presented as a profound tear in reality, manifesting a localized zone of extreme spatial distortion and environmental shift. Initial reports indicated a rapid expansion of this red reality, displacing local physics and perception within its influence. Containment protocols were immediately enacted, establishing a perimeter around the primary manifestation point. Early reconnaissance revealed SCP-3001 to be an extra-dimensional space, rather than an entity, characterized by an absence of conventional light and a pervasive, unsettling red luminescence. Personnel operating near the breach reported severe disorientation, auditory hallucinations, and a profound sense of isolation. Direct exposure beyond the initial perimeter resulted in immediate psychotropic effects, challenging our understanding of stable reality. Your immediate priority during any containment breach concerning SCP-3001 will be maintaining situational awareness, as perception itself becomes a liability. The classification of SCP-3001 as a Keter-class spatial-temporal anomaly reflects its profound and persistent threat to baseline reality. Unlike many object-based anomalies, SCP-3001 is not a physical object, but a pervasive, self-sustaining extra-dimensional space that actively encroaches upon our own. Within its influence, the fundamental laws of physics are systematically subverted and replaced. Matter and energy are not merely distorted, they are fundamentally redefined, leading to outcomes that defy all conventional scientific understanding. Personnel who have crossed the containment threshold, even for brief periods, report a complete loss of orientation, where cardinal directions and temporal flow become meaningless. The pervasive red light is not an illumination, but a fundamental property of this alien space, and it carries potent mimetic properties that induce extreme psychological distress and a deep-seated dread. You must understand that perceiving SCP-3001 is to begin to lose your grasp on reality itself. Its very existence challenges the structural integrity of our universe. Therefore, rigorous adherence to perception-altering countermeasures is non-negotiable for all personnel operating near its influence. The escalating existential threat posed by SCP-3001 necessitated a desperate and unprecedented measure. Its continuous erosion of local reality mandated the deployment of an experimental Scranton Reality Anchor, or SRA, directly into the anomaly's core. Dr. Robert Scranton, the SRA's inventor, volunteered for this critical mission. His objective was to activate the prototype within SCP-3001, stabilizing the dimensional tear and preventing further incursions into our reality. The deployment involved specialized temporal spatial shielding and a unique umbilical connection, allowing for limited data transmission. During the mission, Dr. Scranton successfully activated the SRA. However, the extreme reality-bending forces within SCP-3001 proved insurmountable for his return. Communications ceased shortly after confirmation of anchor activation. While the SRA's presence has demonstrably curtailed the outward expansion of SCP-3001, effectively capping the breach, Dr. Scranton remains trapped within that impossible space. His sacrifice was pivotal in preventing a potential VK-class reality restructuring event. You must never underestimate the profound instability that this anchor, and by extension, Dr. Scranton's continued existence within the anomaly, represents. Early encounters with SCP-3001 prior to the SRA deployment manifested as localized reality distortions in the immediate vicinity of its initial emergence. Foundation scouts reported instances where geological survey equipment would spontaneously phase through solid rock, only to reappear several meters away with no discernible causal mechanism. Organic matter, particularly local flora, exhibited rapid cellular decay, followed by instantaneous regeneration into non-Euclidean, impossible forms. The most alarming early observations involved personnel reporting extreme disorientation and temporary, involuntary displacement of their own bodies. Imagine objects appearing to pass directly through you, or finding yourself suddenly inches from where you stood. These brief translocations were accompanied by severe nausea and acute terror, indicating the profound psychological impact of its presence. Analysis confirmed the anomaly was unmooring local reality from baseline consensus. These initial incursions highlighted the urgent need for a containment strategy, culminating in Dr. Scranton's mission. You must internalize the fact that direct contact with its undiluted influence results in profound existential destabilization. Following the SRA's activation and Dr. Scranton's subsequent entrapment, the initial data transmissions provided a chilling glimpse into SCP-3001. The logs, spanning from day 1 to approximately day 100, reveal a gradual descent into an utterly alien environment. Dr. Scranton meticulously documented the absence of conventional sensory input. No light, no sound, no discernible spatial dimensions beyond a pervasive, all-encompassing red hue. His early entries described desperate attempts to calibrate instruments, though their readings were rendered meaningless within the anomaly's influence. Gradually, his focus shifted inward, detailing the profound psychological toll of absolute isolation and the subtle, horrifying changes to his own perception. He noted the increasing difficulty in discerning his own body, describing himself as a disembodied consciousness in a sea of red. This environment fundamentally reshapes existence itself. You must recognize that personnel within its influence do not merely perceive, they become an extension of its impossible nature. As Dr. Scranton's logs progressed beyond the initial 100 days, the psychological toll of SCP-3001 became agonizingly apparent. His entries detail a severe decline in cognitive function, manifesting as fragmented thoughts, profound memory loss concerning his past life, and an inability to consistently identify himself. The anomaly's environment, devoid of external stimuli and baseline reality, induced a hallucinatory state where he perceived non-existent constructs, often attempting to interact with them as if they were real. He frequently questioned his own existence, blurring the lines between consciousness and the pervasive red non-space. This profound disassociation demonstrates that prolonged exposure to SCP-3001 does not merely isolate, it actively erodes the fundamental structures of the human mind, dissolving identity and sanity. You must understand that even indirect interaction, through the data logs, conveys the harrowing mental assault this anomaly represents. Any personnel assigned to SCP-3001 data analysis must undergo rigorous psychological evaluations to mitigate secondary effects. As Dr. Scranton's time within SCP-3001 extended, his logs began to document an even more alarming phenomenon: the direct decay of his physical form and the fundamental reality around him. Beyond the psychological disassociation, the SRA's external sensors registered increasingly erratic and plummeting local Hume levels around the anomaly's entry point, indicating a severe localized reality collapse. Dr. Scranton's entries confirm this, describing his body not merely as unperceivable, but as actively dissolving. He meticulously, yet with increasing incoherence, detailed the loss of his extremities, then major organs, and eventually the sensation of his entire physical structure unraveling into the pervasive red. This wasn't merely a subjective experience. The SRA's biosignature readings became increasingly faint, correlating precisely with his subjective reports of physical non-existence. SCP-3001 does not merely contain, it unmakes. This phenomenon necessitates extreme caution in any theoretical interaction, as the anomaly fundamentally undermines the very fabric of existence. The final transmissions from Dr. Scranton painted a truly grim picture. His later logs, after Hume levels dropped below 0.003, became almost entirely devoid of coherent thought, interspersed with desperate pleas and fragmented scientific observations. He described the ENA, redness, as both everything and nothing, perceiving himself as a mere thought without form, trapped in a continuous, agonizing state of non-existence. The SRA registered his biosignature, vanishing entirely around day 400, concurrent with his last comprehensible log entry, where he pondered if he was still Dr. Scranton, or merely an echo within the void. While the transmission link itself remains stable, no further discernible data from Dr. Scranton has been received since. This cessation of even spectral data suggests that SCP-3001 achieved complete obliteration of its subject, dissolving him at a fundamental existential level. The implications for potential reality-bending entities are dire. It is a space that uncreates. All monitoring protocols must remain at maximum vigilance for any fluctuation within SCP-3001, as we cannot predict its long-term stability. The Foundation's response to Dr. Scranton's complete dissolution and the severe Hume-level collapse around SCP-3001 was immediate and drastic. Project BLACKBOX was initiated to contain the Localized Reality Inversion. A perimeter of Advanced Scranton Reality Anchors, or SRAs, was rapidly deployed, forming a multi-layered containment field around the anomaly's residual location. These SRAs are continuously calibrated to project a stable reality construct, acting as a bulwark against any further outward decay or expansion of the Molly's redness. Their primary objective is to prevent SCP-3001 from expanding its influence beyond the containment zone, thereby mitigating a potential XK-class reality restructuring scenario. The energy demands for maintaining this field are immense, requiring dedicated power infrastructure and redundant backup systems. Any power fluctuation or SRA malfunction is considered a critical containment breach precursor, demanding immediate Level 4 response protocols. Your understanding of SRA operational parameters is paramount. SCP-3001 stands as a paramount existential threat, a localized void that actively uncreates existence, reducing reality to its most fundamental absence. Its capacity to nullify Hume fields means it bypasses nearly all conventional reality-altering safeguards, making direct interaction or containment within its sphere impossible. The anomalous space represents not merely destruction, but an active reversal of being, as tragically evidenced by Dr. Scranton's fate. The continuous operation of Project BLACKBOX and its array of Scranton reality anchors is our sole defense, forming an energy-intensive barrier to prevent its expansion. Failure to maintain these systems, even momentarily, risks an XK-class event, where large portions of baseline reality could simply cease to be. Your absolute adherence to all SRA maintenance, monitoring, and emergency protocols is not merely important, it is essential for the continued existence of everything you know. This concludes your classified briefing on SCP-3001 Red Reality. Stay vigilant, Foundation personnel. Dismissed.